Assalamu alaikum. I greet you in the name of peace. Greetings are an important ritual for anyone, and as Muslims, it is our duty to ensure that we live by ours. Making a difference in people's lives sets off a ripple effect with far-reaching consequences. This is the motivation behind our profile segment, where we get to feature some amazing Muslims.
Zainab and Fatima Paruk have burst onto the Durban foodie scene in spectacular fashion. Their company, Chili Chocolate Chefs, has made its mark and enjoys an almost cult-like following. They can be found anywhere from pop-up markets to some of the more refined events in and around the city.
We do gourmet food with a difference. I like to think we do a bit of fusion food. So we incorporate our Indian heritage and what we've learned in chef school, and we merge that. So we do lots of playful food as well. So we try to bring in a bit of uniqueness into our items. Chili to incorporate all the savory items that we do, and chocolate to incorporate all the desserts and patisserie, which is what we really enjoy doing as well, yeah.
The sisters' love for food stretches back to their childhood. After completing school and some encouragement from their family, they enrolled at two of Durban's premier chef schools.
After chef school, we decided to work in different restaurants, just to get a feel of the industry. It's obviously better to work under someone to get a feel of how that is. And then it became a bit too much because we were doing orders for people on the side. So we'd come home after full days of work and then do orders for like random clients. And then when that started taking off really well, it was impossible to do both because we'd be working late hours at night just to make sure that our orders go out. And so we decided, we took the leap. People try to underestimate what we're capable of. So it is quite taxing at times, and we learn as we go along. But I think we're getting stronger.
Soon after graduating and working their way through various kitchens, the sisters decided to take the plunge and open their own business. News of the new kids on the block quickly spread, especially through word of mouth and social media.
Business has been good. It's grown slowly over the years. We are a home industry business presently. We are looking for premises to expand. So we prepare everything at home and then assemble at the venue. So all our bases, our flavor mixes, everything is made at home and then transport to the venue and assemble. People like to see items being made in front of them because it creates a nice look. They can see exactly what's going in. I think since we started with Instagram in particular, we've seen our business just grow. I think it's also word of mouth, but also with Instagram there's a constant flow of people who keep track of what you do, and we've got a little following. So it's actually working really well.
Their dishes range from the contemporary to the eclectic, and their macaroons are of their most sought-after treats.
We specialize in patisserie, so we do the most interesting desserts. We tailor-make desserts for your weddings. So we'll theme it and we'll plan it according to the theme of your event. That's one of our huge sections of our business. Our cheesecakes are a huge winner. We're very, very popular with our cheesecakes. We've got like about 12 different types. Tonight we're doing about 6. The most popular is our lemon meringue. It's got a lovely meringue topping that we torch. So we've got some interesting things.
Local markets have been integral to the success of the brand, and the sisters make sure they don't forget their customers. They can still be found trying out new dishes to a delighted public.
You know, I think you got to be at the right event to attract the right crowd. You don't want to only just attract one kind of a group of people. You want to attract people from all different walks of life, basically. So all different races, all different religions, because food is about bringing people together. And so we are quite specific about the different markets that we do. But saying that also, we are quite busy on the weekend, so we can't actually be at too many markets because our main line is our catering.
Zainab and Fatima are masters in their culinary craft, and the people of Durban are lapping up the treats and flavors coming from their kitchen. The company is still very young, and we can expect palates to be tantalized for a long time to come.
Maulana Zakaria Philander has been our resident scholar for all those pertinent questions you're seeking answers to. He's standing by with this week's Q&A.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Maulana Zakaria Falanda. Welcome to Q&A on An Nur the Light. Our first question was emailed to us and asks, what is the ruling on eating halal food from people of the book? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ وَطَعَامُكُمْ حِلٌّ لَهُمْ. That the food of the people of the book are permissible for you and your food is permissible for them. By people of the book, the Quran is referring to Jews and Christians who adhere to their own scripture. There is absolutely no problem in Islam for Muslims to eat food prepared by people of the book that are halal. The next viewer would like to know, if Islam is considered a religion of peace, why is there so much conflict amongst Muslims? Indeed, there is conflict in the Middle East and there is conflict in other places on this planet. This is by no means an indication that Islam is a religion of violence. Islam is indeed a religion of peace. In fact, in no other time in the history of man have we seen so much suffering, which means the world is more in need of Islam and what it preaches with regard to peace than at any other time in its history. If people, and Muslims particularly, adhere to the teachings of the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad, peace be upon him, in a manner that they should adhere to it, we will find stability, we will find peace, and we will find harmony amongst all people. Our final question was sent in via Facebook. A man has asked for my daughter's hand in marriage. She is 18 years old and I do not feel that she is ready. How do I treat this situation? It is important for the parents to look into the interests of their children, especially their young daughters who want to get married. I think it is important that we know that there are certain criteria for marriage that a man has to possess before he is a suitable suitor. One of those things is that he needs to be able to be financially stable in order to uphold a family. He needs to be able to provide housing, and he needs to be able to provide an adequate lifestyle that the lady that he wants to get married to is used to. If he possesses these criteria and he is a man of upstanding character and also his religious outlook is one that draws him close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then this is a suitable person to give your daughter's hand to in marriage. If he fails in any of these criteria, you can ask him to step up to the plate and you can review the decision perhaps after some time. That brings us to the end of this Q&A. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Many people are using our Facebook page to submit their questions for Maulana. But if there's anyone who'd like to send an email or call, our details will be at the end of the show. This week is Tuberculosis Week and we've taken a deeper look into the causes and treatments of it.
South Africa has one of the most serious TB epidemics in the world. 1 in every 100 people is infected with tuberculosis each year. This is the third highest incidence of infection worldwide.
TB is a debilitating disease. It can cause death, it can cause people to suffer, and it can cause transmission in the communities because it's so easily transmitted from one person who's infectious to another. It is important to identify a person with TB early and to put them on treatment early so that you can stop them from transmitting TB to other people. TB is transmitted through droplets when a person coughs. And so anyone in their vicinity who they spend long periods with are at risk of also developing TB. So for obvious reasons, we want to diagnose people quickly, put them on treatment quickly so that they are not a risk to other people and so that they themselves can get cured. Globally, TB incidence has come down over the last decade. We have had the Millennium Development Goals, and many regions have met those goals in terms of decreasing TB. But South Africa is still one of the high-burden countries. The number of cases of TB is coming down, but we still have over 400,000 cases of TB each year. And of course, in the last few years, we've seen the rise of drug-resistant TB, and that's becoming more of a problem for our country to deal with. Patients who are being diagnosed with TB that is resistant to the usual drugs that we use.
The Aurum Institute is a public benefit organization in South Africa that has been involved with specialized research of the TB pandemic for the past 18 years. The Aurum Institute's clinical research site in Tembisa is conducting trials that have made some breakthrough discoveries over the years.
Aurum Institute was founded in 1998 and it had its origins in the mining industry, where it serviced AngloGold's research arm, doing research and supporting implementation of treatment programs in the mining industry, which we know is very hard hit with HIV and TB. Over the years, it developed a reputation, especially for TB research, and in 2005, it was registered as an NPO and a public benefit organization, wholly South African owned. Aurum has done clinical and trials research, but also epidemiological research. So clinical trials, there's a process before we can have a drug or a vaccine that is for use and that is safe to use in populations. And Aurum is one of many organizations that contributes to that process by testing drugs in various stages and testing vaccines. And it contributes to the overall knowledge and science in terms of medication and vaccines in HIV and TB.
TB has afflicted human civilizations for thousands of years and has been discovered in relics from ancient Egypt, India and China. TB is a system of medicine that has been journeyed through many teachers, philosophers and countries, dating back to Egyptian physician Imhotep and refined by Arab physician Ibn Sina into what it is today.
TB medicine is the original medicine from Hippocrates, Galen and Ibn Sina. It's a holistic system of medicine that looks at all factors of lifestyle, all factors, spiritual, mental, emotional, in the treatment of disease or the cause of disease, and also obviously in the treatment. The difference between TB medicine and conventional medicine is that it focuses on the role of lifestyle as being the cause of disease, and also ultimately when disease does happen, how important lifestyle is to restore health. Now, today's discussion as far as TB is concerned, or there are certain conditions, we believe in integrative medicine, taking the best of what is available, what has been scientifically proven, and we know that in certain conditions, allopathic or conventional medicine is extremely effective. So we take that component and we combine it together with our lifestyle, and we have a perfect solution in treating illness conditions.
Organizations such as the Aurum Institute and the Ibn Sina Institute of TB have made strides in assisting government with the TB pandemic. Whilst TB medicine is a promotion of an holistic lifestyle, it has been working together with Western medicine in fighting the scourge of TB in South Africa.
As a TB doctor, we are supposed to support inner healing. Okay, so your body has the innate ability to self-heal. As a TB practitioner, we try to support the self-healing ability. Humors, so this is just various body fluids. We all have a unique ratio thereof. When this ratio is out of balance, this is what causes disease. Again, as a practitioner, our duty is to try and keep the body in balance, or keep this ratio at its balance so that health is maintained. So there are various concepts in the TB philosophy, but it is a form of complementary and alternative medicine.
Aurum has demonstrated that while it can also support government in doing research and also support government in supplying staff, it can also help government to deliver services where there is a gap. There is support for certain districts that are high burden for HIV and TB, and that support is in the form of training and mentoring for the clinical staff. And this is very important, and Aurum takes a very innovative approach. So it's in our interest to think about prevention of HIV and TB in an integrated way, and also to manage patients in an integrated way, remembering that a person who has both HIV and TB will have to take drugs, and the two drugs may have side effects and interact with each other. So it's very important, and I think we're trying to do this more, and Aurum has also launched several programs that are looking at encouraging HIV and TB integration in our facilities.
Awareness, lifestyle and treatment is key. It is up to everyone to work together to create awareness around how to protect yourself from the TB virus and how to lead a healthy lifestyle to prevent and manage tuberculosis.
Medicine has progressed in leaps and bounds since the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him. But Unani TB has shown that there is still great value in these tried and tested cures. We're off to the Eastern Cape for this week's travel segment.
The South African Air Force Museum in Port Elizabeth is home to an historic collection of military aircraft, including the oldest surviving jet fighter in South Africa.
The museum was established in 1990 by a group of aviation enthusiasts who basically formed a club called the Friends of the Port Elizabeth Museum, Air Force Museum, and they established a museum for aviation enthusiasts using military aircraft and things like that. The museum itself was opened at the end of 1990, and we've been here ever since.
With an ongoing restoration project, the museum boasts a total of 9 aircraft, aviation memorabilia, and even a simulator that everyone can enjoy.
The Port Elizabeth Air Force Museum is the custodian of military aviation in South Africa, the heritage of it. So here you would expect to see the kind of aircraft that participated in wars and conflict in the last 100 years almost. The South African Air Force is almost 100 years old, so we've got aircraft that date back to 1939, one of them. We've got also mock-ups of World War II fighters, a Spitfire, and then a lot of South African Air Force aircraft that participated in the Bush War, Puma, Mirage F1, Alouette that you can see in the background there. And we've got them in varying variations of the types that they can be.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and the owners at Al Bayt Lodge certainly take this seriously. With a breakfast spread to die for, your day is all set to explore the wonders that Port Elizabeth has to offer.
People are looking for good breakfast where they can feel at home, have some tasty food, then Al Bayt Lodge is the only place for them. We normally serve a variety of dishes because we get people from all over coming and having breakfast with us. So we have your normal buffet breakfast, with your hot beverages, cold beverages, and a nice full spread buffet breakfast.
You'll certainly want to try the masala scrambled eggs, a speciality of this family-run business, along with a variety of breads and maybe a donut or two. Make a day of it by starting your breakfast at Al Bayt Lodge and popping by to the beach for some fun in the sun.
Well, I think in terms of something special at Al Bayt Lodge, definitely we normally serve a couple of signature dishes here at Al Bayt Lodge, and that keeps our guests coming back for more and more all the time. Well, I think one of the signature dishes, which is my favorite, is normally our masala eggs. So for those guests that are looking for something a little bit different and something a little bit spicy on the tongue, we normally make a nice masala scrambled eggs at Al Bayt Lodge.
Imagine swimming with sharks out in the open ocean as you explore the spectacular, colourful reefs that Port Elizabeth has to offer. Pro Dive in Port Elizabeth allows one to have this experience by offering shark diving at Shark Rock Pier on Hobie Beach.
Pro Dive is basically a dive centre, a very 5-star dive centre, and we're also a water sports centre, so we basically train people to dive and also offer charters. And specifically, we specialise in shark diving in Port Elizabeth.
Exploring the deep sea has never been this exciting. From beginner to instructor diving courses, you'll be on your way to being a pro in no time.
We actually get a lot of foreigners coming in, and I do a lot of marketing for Port Elizabeth overseas. I've just been to the Boot show in Germany, where people specifically want to see sharks. I mean, sharks is an endangered species all over the world, and we're lucky in the Eastern Cape and South Africa that we rated as one of the top shark destinations in the world. So I can basically guarantee people that when they come here that we dive with sharks and without cages, of course.
And if you're stopping by in PE and are up for a thrill, shark diving certainly will get your heart pumping.
If you have a favorite place that you'd like us to check, then please send us the details. This country is too beautiful not to share, and there's always a reason to hit the road. We're done, finished, klar, wrapped up and ready to enjoy the day. From me, Mariam Okwanda, Salang Hantle, Assalamu Alaikum.
I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. Emptiness in my heart has swept me away. For so long, oh Allah, I've been lost astray. And though you gave me sight, I was so blind. I couldn't see the signs that you sent to me. I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. Though you gave me strength, I felt so weak. Though you gave me hope, I could not see. Life is passing me by, and the day is near. I turn to you, oh my Lord, with all my fear. I turn to you, you are my God.